I hope you guys are doing fabulous and full of light tonight, full of bliss, full of positivity, full of unconditional love, full of compassion, full of anything and everything that's going to bring you the best version of your reality. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we are going to get into some things today, you already know that we usually do the divine hallowed and divine feminine and masculine reading. We are doing that tonight, but the only special difference is that we will be connecting to divine and hallowed, masculine and feminine loved ones that have passed on. So good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you do share the video. Sharing is caring. Help me share the knowledge and to help grow the collective as we are all one on this path of ascension. For the ones that don't know me, my name is Hierophant Joey. For the ones that do, welcome back. These guys are truly Miss Celestial Gang. I hope everyone's doing fabulous. So I was in the shower yesterday and I kind of got the idea to, well, not the, I didn't kind of get the idea. Spirit told me that since I'm going back to traditional horoscopes and that already talks about love, then that it's time to do a switch in the actual love readings. And these love readings are going to be from departed ones. And I think I'm going to be doing this until summertime. So all spring, we'll probably be doing readings from the departed ones or different types of love readings as I download them. Okay. Um, they do want to stay on the divine and hollow tip. It's just that there's still things that we need to grow and release and purge from our inner selves, and a lot of that right now has to do with departed ones. It has to do with people who have created traumas within your life or have been a part of those traumas because of your parents and them being the kids of those people or whatever the case may be. We don't know who's gonna come through, what messages are gonna come through. I'm just doing what I was told. So, with that being said, here we are gonna go into prayer and we're gonna go straight into the reading, okay? So thank you, Father, Mother God, for waking us up out of our beds today, allowing us to be an extension of you. Understanding that you gave us free will so we can be co-creators of our own reality. Understanding, understanding, and understanding that we're constantly connected to God, source, spiritual guides, ancestors, loved ones, archangels, ascended masters, anything that is high vibrational to get these messages across to the collective so they can be able to expand and evolve spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, or even financially. Thank you for your love, your wisdom, and support every day. We're nothing without it and nothing without you. And in your humble name, we pray every day. So it be, so it be, so it be, so it be. Please connect us to the energies of the loved ones, of people and their family trees, their ancestors, people that came before them, people that they have shared memories with, people that they laughed with, that they cried with, that they fought with, anything that has a residual energy that we can grasp onto to be able to get these messages across to these people so they can be able to evolve, and vice versa, not just only for the living but also for the evolution of the dead. Thank you for your love, your wisdom, and support. And thank you for opening up this portal and this bridge so we can be able to accept the messages from our loved ones. Amen. I hope you guys are doing fabulous. We're going to get into some things here. So before we do get into some things here, I last night I did have a dream. I don't think that it was a dream because I did find myself talking to this little girl when I woke up a little bit later. I was talking to myself, but in my third eye's mind, I was talking to a little girl. And this little girl was showing me not showing me, but I guess explaining to me how a lot of these people that have passed on are people that are spiritual guides now to these people that they were connected to, or are even got what is that, guardian angels now. For a lot of you that had abortions and lost babies, a lot of these babies came through that little girl and told me that for a lot of you that lost babies and had miscarriages and had abortions and whatever the case may be, understanding that these things also created some type of emotional imbalance within you guys, and this is why a lot of you now are emotionally unstable. But the reason why you're emotionally unstable is because you took these things that happened to you so personally, to the point where you thought it was something that you did, but in reality, the soul contract between you and these children was for these children to come in the physical realm and then leave you, okay? So you can build yourself back up emotionally and they can become your spiritual guides. But a lot of you took those scenarios and predicaments, and what you did was that you victimized yourself in them and created things like anxiety, depression, self abandonment issues, clingy issues, codependent issues. A lot of you created these issues that had nothing to do with the scenario that was happening. Okay, you losing a child or you losing a baby had nothing to do with what you were doing or what you wasn't doing. It had everything to do with the fact that that was a soul contract and that was supposed to happen. Okay, for a lot of you, I also have family members that most of you must have been separated by an ocean or by several countries or several states, and you and this person never got a chance to actually sit face to face before this person died, and it had so many things to tell you about how proud they were of the woman or the man that you have become. And for a lot of you, this after this person passed away, a lot of you for a lot of you, it could have been a grandfather or a grandmother figure. For others of you, it could have been an aunt or an uncle. For very minimal of you, it was a parent that you never got to really see because of circumstances of life. But a lot of you needed to understand that the separation between you and this person was important and very critical in your spiritual growth, because if this person would have been in your life or would have been closer than what they were despite of that separation, then you would have never grew into the person that you were today. You would have grew into a version of yourself that would have been a little bit delayed than the person that you are right now, because you would have grew up in a culture or a cycle or a pattern that would have never served you, especially with the type of lifestyle that you live now. Okay. So for some of you, I may be getting a couple of names of the people that are coming through here this evening. I do have somebody by the name of Lewis. I have somebody by the name of Maria. I have somebody but by the name of Rosie or Rosa. I have somebody by the name of um uh, I, I'm hearing two different names, but they sound alike. Court or Courtney. For some of you, the person's name could have been Lydia or Linda. For some of you, it could have been Lisa. For others of you, it could have been something like Marlenis or Marlene. For others of you, it could have been Josh, Lucas, um, for some of you, I'm getting Anita or Annabelle and Anna. For others of you, I'm seeing Corey. Others of you, I'm seeing names like Fidel, Sonia, Sony. I don't know if I said Maribel. Guys, the spirits are telling me to do not get so focused with the names. Get more familiarized with the storylines and what the downloads are going to be, because a lot of these people that are dead are probably very recent and they don't even know that they're dead yet. For others of you, it could have been a while now. But we're going to go into channeling and into reading what's here, what the messages are, and what are we going to get into. The way that it's gonna work is that we're going to pull for the hollow side, which is the people that you probably had problems with or issues, or had an impact on a negative impact on you, or didn't get to say goodbye, or whatever the case may be. For the ones that are on the right side, it's going to be the divine side, the people that you really love, that you had a really close connection with, the people that you'll see how it happens. Because some people with the hollow, these are the people that are in limbo. With the divine, these are people that already passed on because they were evolved enough to pass on. I just kind of feel like they want me to separate them for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to start with the hollow side. We're going to use the mystical shaman oracle cards here. And at the end of the reading, I will pull one collective energy from the ancestors, from your ancestors, for everyone. Hey, Christy. The holy mountain. The drum. For some of you, whoever these people are, I'm getting somebody here who had to go through a lot, who had to climb mountains, who had to move mountains, who had to literally do things by themselves. And I kind of feel like for a lot of you, this could have been some type of grandparent figure. I kind of feel like they're the head of the mountain, like the tippity top of the mountain, and everybody else follows. I kind of feel like everybody followed their beat of the drum. Everybody looked up to them because of how strong they were and all the things that they did for the family. But I kind of feel like this person is sitting now on the other side, and it's like, damn, how the fuck did I put myself in a predicament where I didn't allow myself to live? I didn't allow myself to live. I didn't allow myself to experience the things that I wanted to experience because I was stuck in this social construct of being for I'm hearing wife, being a mother, being a stay-at-home mother, raising more than 6 kids or 5 kids. I'm hearing for a lot of you, this person could have been the one that was in another country, or you were separated by an ocean with this person. For others of you, you could have probably visited this person. You could have probably visited this person, and when you did visit this person told you that you was never going to see them again after. This person you sat with this person in a room. It might have been their room, and they told you that you was never going to see them again after that one time or second time that you went to go see them. And for a lot of you, your reaction was that you cried, and you cried because for a lot of you, deep down in your intuition, a lot of you knew that it was true. For a lot of you, this person is very proud of you. And this person is very proud of you because you are one of the only people in this family tree that rerouted yourself from the same path that every man or every woman in that family tree went down. You're probably the only one that went to the other path. And this is why maybe a lot of you are experiencing a lot of envy and a lot of hate when it comes to the people in your family, and it's literally because you are the only one that's moving in an opposite direction than everybody else. This person wants to apologize for setting the tone in this family for everyone to be so corruptive and be so codependent. Whether it was on other people, substances, or whatever the fucking case may be. Drugs, alcohol, people, relationships, toxic shit. Because this person set the example of settling for shit, and everybody else just followed suit because they felt this is how it was supposed to be. For some of you, it might not be a grandfather or grandmother figure. For some of you, it can be a mother or a father. But if it is a mother or father, you guys weren't separated by an ocean or an island. A lot of you growing up in your childhood with this person, a lot of you resented the fact that this person never gave you emotional validation, or never gave you, oh, I'm proud of you, or never gave you, oh, you're smart, or never gave you validation on the things that you were really good at. And this is what made you rebel against this person. For a lot of you, it feels like a mother figure, but I kind of feel like a lot of you rejected this person's love because this person couldn't give it to you in the way, shape, or form that you were seeing everybody else receive it from their parents. So now they're switching gears, and now I'm getting this male presence, and for a lot of you, this male presence was absent in your life because they chose the streets, they chose their homeboys, they chose gang members, they chose violence, they chose selling drugs, they chose the life of living on the street rather than being a dad, and it's because this person never had a dad, but their karma was dying by the same sword that they chose to fucking hurt other people with. For some of you, it could have been a grandfather rather than a father figure, but I kind of feel like whoever this was, take it how it resonates, whoever this was, I kind of feel like they died in the street. They died by shotguns. They died, and I kind of feel like they died very young. And for some of you, this person probably wasn't even your dad. This person was probably like a dad figure to you, but this person was really probably your uncle or a brother or somebody who died really young. And what I'm seeing is that they never really got to live a full life. They probably died from like 33 to 35. For some of you, I'm getting that it's a friend or somebody that was married to one of your friends, and I kind of feel like this person committed suicide. This person had chronic depression. This person had emotional abandonment issues. This person they're showing me an army suit. This person could have been a soldier in the army. This person was going through very dark moments and very reckless moments in their life, not only with just their relationship, but I also feel like there were a lot of things that were going on health wise that other people didn't know about this person. They're giving me a J name for this guy, whoever this guy is, whoever the soldier is, whoever is the person that committed suicide or killed themselves. For some of you, this person probably never made it to the army, but they was thinking about going to the army. For some of you, they did make it to the army, and this is what made them spiral with their depression. Only because it separated them that much more from the emotional attention that they needed to be able to survive in the 3D world like this that we live in now, right? I have somebody here who died in a car accident. Somebody who died in a car accident, and I kind of feel like whoever this person is, I keep hearing, I remember when I used to like to fight a lot. I remember when I used to like to be a warrior. I remember when I used to be this type of person that I used to like people to fear me. And now that they're on the other side, like the whole totally different opposite version of who they were in this 3D realm. This is really interesting energies. We're going onto the divine side. This is really interesting, but for some of you, there's an Indian that you keep seeing in your dreams, and this person is part of your family tree. And this person is part of your ancestors. This person died hundreds of years ago. And if you keep seeing this Indian in your dream, this person looks like they have jet black hair, like probably my complexion, my hair like this, jet black like this, straight like this. And they used to paint where their eyes are red. And I kind of feel like for some of you, or whoever this person is, a lot of you see this person in your dream and you don't know why. And the reason why you see this Indian in your dream is because a lot of you are being asked if this is you to become the seer, to get in touch with your ancestors. Pachamama, I'm hearing the seer. Some of you, if this is you who's seeing this Indian in your dream, a lot of you need an ancestor lifter. And an ancestor lifter is a bath that helps you raise your vibrations to meet the vibrations of your ancestors of wherever they are. For some of you, this may be a mother figure. I kind of feel like this person feels like they died in a dark place. They died in a dark place, and they died being the version of themselves that they never wanted their children to be. Okay? For some of you, I feel like it's a mother figure, but it wasn't really your mother. It could have been an aunt that raised you. For some of you, it is your mother, but it feels like it's not your mother because this person didn't have mother qualities. If anything, it feels like you were taking care more of them than they were of you. And I keep hearing this person saying the only times that we would actually connect is when you would do the things that I wanted to do, and you used to do them with me. And that was so unhealthy at your age. For some of you, it could have been drinking. For others of you, it could have been smoking. For others of you, I see you being taken to bars and taken to places that you didn't even belong. And I kind of feel like this person is apologizing because this person made you see so many things before the age of even having to see them. It feels like this person forced you to grow quicker than what you were supposed to. And for some of you now, if you really think about it, you're forcing your children to grow faster than what the fuck they need to be growing. For some of you, you're making your children take care of your younger children. For some of you, you're putting too many responsibilities on one child. For others of you, you're putting the same pressure that was put on you, but in different ways on your children. For others of you, a lot of you are in this energy of like, well, I had to do everything alone. I had to do this by myself. I had to do this by myself and do that and do that and do that. Yes, but this person is saying so did they. But the only difference is that they spiraled. You didn't. That's the ghost dance that they're talking about. Funny because we're doing a mediumship reading and we get the ghost dance here. I kind of feel like for a lot of you resemble a lot of these people's lifestyles, or a lot of the things that they went through, or a lot of things that they did. A lot of you people had to remake yourself in another image. The hummingbird. For some of you, you keep seeing birds around your house or following you. These are your spiritual guides. Lightning, the sorcerer, the hunter, flow. Interesting. For some of you, there's somebody here who died either before or after somebody that you were really close to, but this person was also close to you. For some of you, it could have been cousins or sisters or brothers or cousins or... But I kind of feel like these two people died from the same type of thing. And I mean from the same type of lifestyle. Not the same type of condition, but the same type of lifestyle. Or not in the same way, but in the same capacity of because of living the same lifestyle. I feel like these two people were living the fast life. These two people didn't give a fuck. These two people were being mistreated. So these people were using other things to be able to cope. These people were like this, because I see them coming through now. And all I keep hearing them say is that for some of you is that you need to be there for everybody else, because everybody else is so lost and everybody else is on the path of going into the same lifestyle that the grown-ups or the people before you were in. For some of you, this is probably why a lot of you are forcing yourself to ascend. For some of you, there's a girl coming through that some of you may know. Maybe it's a best friend or somebody you went to school with. I kind of feel like this person was raped, was drugged, raped, and killed all in one breath, in one night. The way that she's showing me is that these guys or these men took advantage of her and left her with her pants down, left her with everything off, and just left her there laying there, and thought that she was just passed out or drunk or whatever the case may be, but in reality she was dead. And for these people that this happened, or for this girl that this happened to, the people around her that knew her, a lot of you don't even know what happened to her. Because it feels like she was drugged, raped, and killed, and then she was taken to another. She was left there, but after that was taken to another place, and then the body was hidden, and the body wasn't found until it started desiccating, is what I'm hearing. And this person, whoever did this to this person, was never found. For some of you, this is a guy who went through this, and because of gang violence or owing somebody money, it kind of feels like, or betraying somebody in a relationship, this man was taken out. This man was killed, mutilated, and then taken to a whole other part of the country, or was found in a whole other part of the country. For some of you, there's somebody that was found in the river or in an ocean. And I kind of feel like the person who found this person wasn't even supposed to find them. The person who was supposed to find them never came to get them. And I kind of feel like whoever is the person who found them didn't even know that they was going to find this person in a bed of water or in a river or in an ocean. And this person wants to thank you for being so kind and being aware of your surroundings, and allowing this person to have peace with their physical body, because if not, this person would have never been found. And this person is saying thank you for not double guessing or second guessing and calling the authorities and reaching out to the family or talking to the family, for some of you, and be as compassionate as you were. For others of you, Dennis. Who's Dennis? For others of you, for some of you, this is very interesting, but this person is between death and life, because this person might be in a coma. And the reason why this person is reaching out to me is because something that the doctor is giving this person while being on that machine or life support or whatever it is what's not allowing this person to wake up. take it how it resonates. For some of you, the ancestors and the spirits are saying that a lot of you are so hard-headed when it comes to emotions because a lot of you saw nobody feel emotion growing up. A lot of you had to see people suck it up and had to see people do things that they were forced to do. They couldn't cry, they couldn't have emotions, they just had to suck it up and do it because nonetheless it would have been worse than what the fuck it was. So for a lot of you never was taught the importance of emotions, and now a lot of you are seeing yourself in such a more vulnerable space and more compassionate place than these people were in their lifetime. And this is what's making you break down or cry, and it's because a lot of you have come so far than what you originally was supposed to be. Let's go into the tarot to see if they have any. For some of these people, I'm hearing organ failure, I'm hearing diabetes, I'm hearing dementia, I'm hearing heart attack, stroke, drug overdose, heart failure, liver failure. This is a very interesting message that I'm getting for some of you or one of you, I don't know, but somebody's just whispered in my ear that priest is dead. With the Hierophant energy that is here, and it's so funny because it's not just the Hierophant, it's also the High Priestess. For some of you that were either violated or abused by a priest or a priestess or one of those female priests, these people are dead. If you didn't know. And the reason why this is coming through is because these people can't move on because of what they did. And what I'm hearing is that if you can find it within your heart to allow them to move forward so they can evolve, or for you to forgive them or grant them the forgiveness of what they did to you, they understand that it broke you and made you into a person that you was never meant to be. You would have still had a life of hardship, but they made it that much harder for you to trust people and to even want to be yourself. And for that, they're tremendously and truly, genuinely sorry. They didn't know any better because these things were done to them. For some of you, there's a grandfather coming through here, and this grandfather is saying that the reason why your dad is so homophobic and has so many reservations for gay people or whatever the case may be is because that father of yours was abused as a child, and this person will never talk about it. Even though this man is straight now and has kids and has grandkids or whatever the case may be, this person was still abused as a child. For a lot of you, it could have been the grandfather who actually abused your mother. For some of you, it was the father. For others of you, it was the mother. And this is why, for a lot of you, your parents were so fucked up in the head for so long. Or had a very, it's either my way or the highway type of attitude, is because of all the traumatic experiences they had to go through as a child. For some of you, they want to say that they're very sorry that they trapped you within their unhappiness and their misery and their sadness because they weren't strong enough to move on or to do the work to be able to move on from these traumatic experiences. But they're very proud of you, of the foundations and the longevity that you have created for yourself. For a lot of you, the point of this reading is for a lot of you to walk away from the versions of the life that these people were living. For a lot of you, it might be you're still in the streets and still partying. For some of you, it may be the fact that a lot of you keep questioning if what you're doing is right. And all they keep asking you is look at what your life used to be like and look at it now. You walked away from so much when you could have been entangled in it, like everybody else in your family. For others of you, it's the fact that you still need to move on from a lot of these sexual and emotional abuses that happened to you as a child. And you need to stop victimizing yourself for things that you had no control over. A lot of you are still great parents and still have a roof over your head and still got food and still got this and still can survive. So what the fuck are y'all complaining for? And why are you still letting somebody else's energy and somebody else's mistake and somebody else's sin become yours? I don't know who is this message to, but a lot of you gotta leave the streets behind and stop doing those pills and stop doing those perks or those whatever, those type of drugs that are very like fishy and sometimes be having fentanyl in them. A lot of you need to stop partying with the wrong people. Your ancestors have been watching you because you chill with the wrong type of people. For a lot of you, your ancestors are saying don't take a drink from nobody, don't take weed or drugs from nobody, don't take shit from nobody. For a lot of you, your guides are guiding the way. Your guides are bringing you to this place that they could have never experienced for themselves. The Empress. A lot of these people that have passed on are helping you choose yourself. And the reason why they're helping you choose yourself is because in their 3D life, it was hard for them to choose themselves. Now that they look back at their life with the Seven of Swords, with the Five of Swords, they would have made different choices. And they're so proud of you because them same choices that they couldn't make for themselves, a lot of you are making them now. So what the fuck are you guys complaining for? Please remember to like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share it to your social media, guys. There are some people that need to listen to these messages. Sometimes a lot of you are not going to resonate with these because they're not meant for you. They're meant for you to pass them on to other people. But with that being said, a lot of you are the future that these people in your past that have passed on wanted to experience. The Judgment. So there's no reason to judge yourself. There's no reason for you to feel like you need to do better or you need to do more. You're right on track and you are where you need to be. Look at all your ancestors, how they're jumping out of the grave to rejoice and to be happy for the things that you have achieved, to be happy for the things that you still haven't achieved, and to be happy for the things that you didn't have to endure that they did, so you don't have to go through them in this lifetime, and so you can be able to make the decisions different from theirs to be able to live out a reality that's 95% way better than what the fuck they lived out. So what the fuck are you guys waving the white flag for? A lot of you ain't done. A lot of you still have shit to do. And a lot of you feel like you can't make it by yourself, or you can't do it like this, or you can do it without them. But in reality is that you did more in 5 years with yourself without these people than you did when they were around. And these are the things that a lot of you need to fucking put your mind to. I'm gonna go into the advice of the ancestors, see what advice they have for you guys. Release the dark wounds. Release what you have lost. Release what has been down the drain. Release what no longer purposes you. And these people's bodies and physicalities no longer purpose you because they are no longer here. You have to start learning how to utilize their energy from the other side. And the reason why I said that is because release the dark wounds. Let love live. The reason why a lot of you can't let love in is because a lot of you lost a lot of it. And you're afraid to let it back in because you're afraid to lose it again. In the world, not of the world. We live in this world, but we're not of it. We are spiritual beings living a human experience. So I am going to read this from the book. And it's funny because it's a waxing crescent moon in Pisces, and there's a lot of fishes here. And this is a very emotional topic because a lot of you need emotional healing. Number 34. In the world, not of the world. It is safe for you to become naked with life, collective. This doesn't necessarily mean stripping off and running wild in public. It does mean stripping back your beliefs and the cultures and the traumas and the strongholds and mental or emotional security blankets so that you can live with less obstruction than ever before. Imagine the conditioning that has kept life away from you, especially the condition from those that have passed on. Imagine the conditioning that has kept life away from you, just kept it dropping out of your hands like keys, coins, and clocks. Conditioned beliefs about money, time, security, what love is, having, locking away, holding, and controlling can be surrendered and allowed to fall away. What would it be like to feel as though you were on holiday every day? Perhaps there would be a softening in your way with life, an implicit trust in its flow, and a faith in the ability of time to bend and stretch as needed so that all may be accomplished. It is at an advanced stage of our spiritual relationship with life or the other side that we are able to feel held within it sufficiently enough to surrender to our own defenses layer by layer and to nakedly accept what just is, collective. This oracle comes as a message to you. Sometimes we need our defenses or our spiritual guides. At other times it is clear we are outgrowing them. There is something that you have outgrown. It has to do with your ideas about productivity, time, control, and money. And all of this has to do with the fact that you're doing it by yourself. The productivity, the way that you use time, the way that you have to control your lifestyle, and the way that you make money is all by yourself. It has to do with abundance, trust, and living with the fundamental belief that everything is going to turn out okay. But the fact that a lot of you are by yourself and lost these people, you don't feel like you're going to make it, or you're going to end up like them at some point. But look at your life now and look at it how it was before when they were here. Look at the quantum leap that you have spiritually made. You are ready to be much more vulnerable and exposed in life. You don't have to hide behind being organized, perfect, in control, or financially secure and stable, nor do you need any other acceptable social face. It is time for you to loosen the strings of your own controlling nature, because a lot of you are afraid of going into the lifestyles that these people lived. They are too tight and too restrictive for you anyway. You were born to live in a much freer way. When you live as you innately are, rather than how you have been conditioned to be, you will experience greater joy, freedom, and support, even if it comes from yourself, because these people couldn't give it to themselves. When you are not resisting yourself or resisting life, there is less resisting what you need as it comes to you. If you have also drawn the oracle of faith in the process, this is a particularly strong message for you. The message is that you are shedding. It might be an identity. It might be an old you. It might be a status symbol such as a car, a home, a suburb, or and it could be a social admired relationship. You are shedding because no matter what the appearance of things are, those old forms of you were too constricting for you to allow you to overgrow yourself. It is almost like your spirit was trying to walk about in shoes several sizes too small, collective. They were starting to pinch, the seams were ripping, and eventually they would fall apart completely. Sounds like what they went through before they passed on. Likewise, you are being stripped of internal beliefs that are failing you because they're not of you. Perhaps externally as well. Whether this seems to be your choice or not, make no mistake, it is your own spirit in cahoots with the loving spirit of life in those that have passed on that has brought this situation about. So you are being guided to trust. If you have also drawn the oracle to trust yourself, then you are not only being guided to rely on life or the creator, but also on your own inner knowing, because at some level you get it. But the only reason why you get it is because you rerouted yourself. You understand and know that this is all freeing you. After letting go, there comes a temporary emptiness that provides a greater space for fulfillment to come forth, collective. The healing process is this. Imagine you are running naked in a sea, ocean, or river, or even a waterfall. Be cleansed. Feel it happening from your past. Be with it and enjoy the sensation of it. You are not your past and you are not them. Feel free from any weight that you no longer need. Be it physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Let go on all levels. When you are ready, just open your eyes and rest for a few moments before going back into your day or your evening. You have completed your healing process, but first you have to open up emotionally, collective. Release the dark wounds of the others that have passed on and let love in. Your ancestors and the people that have passed on love you so much. Remember that they are not dead. They just went to a frequency that you can be in right now. They love you to the depths of their energy and consciousness. They will always be back and will always be back to guide you and bring you messages. We love you to the highest vibration of unconditional love. And we'll see you next time. Bye, collective. Shalom, love, and light. And they will see you at the next function. Bye.